Sis, motivation, hard work, grit, discipline is not enough to get you the result that you really want to live a happy, healthy, and vibrant life. What you actually need is a good mindset, a change of mindset. And when you change your mindset, everything that you actually want works. Let me show you how to do that in this video. Hello, my queens. My name is Titilayo. I am a health and wellness coach, and I empower and support culturally rooted women to embrace the heart of healthy living and wellness. And in today's video, I am going to show you how you can change your mind to create the life that you truly want. Yes, we have been taught that for you to change and create the life that you really want and you truly desire, that you need to work hard, that you need to, hustle, you need to grind, you need to do the uncommon things, wake up at 4 a.m., at 5 a.m. You need to have 2 jobs, 3 jobs. You need to be the last man standing. Oh my God, we've been told a lot of things. And to be quite honest, I actually believed and worked with those things. And it took me a while to realize that it's not just about working hard, it's not just about burning the midnight oil, but it's about changing your mind for it to attract the things that you really want and for you to create the life that gives you joy, pleasure, and happiness. So I am going to break this down into a step-by-step process on how you can change your mind. Because when we talk about how to change your mind, it is sort of a mystery. And the first day I heard that Change Your Mind to Change Your Life by Doc Dispenza, I was thinking, how can you change your mind? But really and truly, we do not know that every day we are always changing our minds on different things, different topic, ideas, and agenda. But when it comes to the things that really matters to us, we find it so hard to change our mind. You keep thinking, oh, I've been doing this for so long. It's so hard for me to change. How could I just go from A to B, from C to D? It's difficult. Queen, you're the one making it difficult. It's a matter of mind over matter. And I know that it might sound simple to you. So I'm going to break it down. But firstly, let's start with how to change your mind. To change your mind is simple. And I don't want to say it's easy, but it is easy actually. So to change your mind is just literally what the word says, change your mind. And I said it before, we do it every day. So say for example, you you want to go out with your friend, and then on getting ready, trying to go out with your friend, you realize that your friend is not being honest with her feelings. Your friend did something that doesn't excite you anymore, or she just lied, and all of a sudden you just change your mind and said, you know what, I'm not going anymore, that's it, I've had enough. And you just cut off, and your friend keeps calling you and say, oh, let's go out now. Oh, what's going on? And I said, you know what? I changed my mind. I'm not going out. You did something. You've been dishonest about it. I found out you're lying. I'm not going out. It's easy. And your friend is trying to beg you. Please say, oh, I've changed my mind. There's nothing you can do about it. Just forget it. Let's talk about this some other time. Queen, you have changed your mind. That is how easy it was for you to change your mind. But the problem that a lot of us have is that we need to be pushed and get to that extreme end for us to actually change our mind. Like for some people, you will not actually change your mind, even though you know that thing that you're doing does not benefit you. You will not change your mind. You just keep doing it and doing it and doing it. Like deep down, your mind is telling you what you're doing does not benefit you. What you're doing is going to cause you so much aggravation. Let's change. Let's find another way. But we do not listen, but we keep doing it. Like a lot of us have to get to this emotional breakdown for us to change. And that is why it's so unfortunate that when we're trying to create something new, it feels like hard work. It feels like a lot of struggle. It feels like a lot of pain. That is because we're going through the emotional process of actually changing our mind, changing the situation of what we don't want. However, there is an easy way. The easy way to change your mind where you don't feel pushed to the end, where you found out that, oh, your friend is cheating or your friend is lying or not being honest. Because at that point, you're emotionally hurt. So rather than waiting to when you get to the point where you are emotionally hurt, you just, you know, I'm sure like you would have been getting like a lot of signs that your friend is lying, your friend, is cheating. You would have been getting like some clues, dropped here and there. But for some reason, you might not have like, paid attention to it until it got to the main emotional damage. And then you decide, that's enough, I've had enough. Queen, this is how you change your mind. So rather than getting to that emotional breakdown, what you can do is once you start doing some things and you know that they are not in alignment with you. For example, like you wanted to go out with your friend and she dropped a hint that, oh, I'm not sure like if we're gonna be able to get a cab there. Oh, I'm not sure if this is the right venue. And you keep thinking something pops into your mind and say, oh, there's something wrong. Slow down, check it out. But I say, oh, don't worry, let's just go with it. We can book another one. That is like the clues the universe is dropping for you to let you know that, okay, slow down. I think you need to reassess, think about this thing and change your mind. But a lot of us would not. We naturally flow into this routine or habits that we've created. We just like go with our normal habits, our routines, our beliefs, and just go with the flow and do not pay attention to those little clues. That is why it's so difficult for us to change our mind. So, the easiest way, again, for you to change your mind is for you to always slow down, pay attention to the clues, pay attention to what's happening around you, be aware of your situations, of who you are, and of the things around you, if they are to your liking or disliking, if they align with the true essence of who you truly are deep down, if they align with your values, your goals, where you want to be. Pay attention to those little clues so that you do not get to that end point where you are emotionally hurt before you realize that you're going to change your mind. And even if you get to that point you're emotionally hurt, Queen, it's so easy for you to just change your mind. Another step that you can change your mind easily and change your life easily is for you to be aware. Like I have said, that you need to look at the clue, and I'm laying down the step-by-step process for you to change your mind. Firstly, you need to be aware, and being aware is being able to be still, being able to be able to listen to your inner being as your inner being is guiding you, giving you clues. And for you to get to that point, you need to be able to meditate or be still or to have a prayer attitude. So set some time, maybe in the morning, in the evening, and review your day in a meditative state or in a prayerful state. Try and review your day. Try and review the things that aligned with you during the day. Review the things that do not align with you that you need to get rid of or push away from. Just put yourself in that state of mind where you can monitor what has gone on and be able to, work around what needs to go, what needs to stay, what you need to adjust, readjust, reassess, and stuff like that. You can also do it by journaling as well, which is very good and effective, and one of the ways that I use. The other step after being in a meditative state, being aware and not getting yourself to get into an emotional breakdown, the other state is for you to change your beliefs. So this one is a very huge part because a lot of people believe in a lot of different things that work for them, things that don't work for them. And when you ask them, why do you believe in this? They do not have a reason. They just feel like, oh, but it's the truth. Says there is no truth, there is no false. The only truth that exists are the factual truth. All other things are relatively true or false. And when I say relatively true or false, it means that things can be true whether it pertains to you, whether it works for you, whether it doesn't work for you. Everyone is creating their truth. Everyone is creating their false. So why are you creating someone else's truth or someone else's false? There are certain things that are factual truth and factual false. For example, the world is round is a factual truth. For example, there is a continent called Africa. There is a continent called Europe. There is a continent called America. There is a continent called Asia. And even that truth, I'm even thinking about it. Like this continent was mapped out by human beings, just like us. Like, for example, if I map out my bed area and say this is mommy's area, this is daddy's area, this is another person's area. It's just something that I've mapped out and everyone has believed it. So I'm actually not gonna even call that like a factual truth, even it's there for everyone. It was a relatively truth that became a factual truth that a lot of people have bought into. So I'm just gonna scrap that. Another factual truth that I'm gonna put into it is that we have a sun that rises and sets. That is a factual truth. The factual truth is that another factual truth is that we have rain that falls, heavy rain falls, and we have snow as well that falls from the sky. That's a factual truth that because we can see it falling. So there are actually limited factual truth. And this is one thing that you need to start looking into. You need to start looking into your belief system. What are actually factual truth and what are relative truth? For example, like Africans that when you're eating vegetable soup, you have to have swallow with vegetable soup. Who told you you have to have it with that? That is a relative truth because you don't have to. Our great grandfathers, our forefathers, they always said ate swallows with vegetable soup, but you don't have to. You can eat swallow by itself. You can eat vegetable stews by itself. In fact, in some countries, they eat them separately. They eat them in different ways. So why do you believe that, oh, when you want to have a vegetable soup, you have to have swallow with it? Why do you believe that? Another relative truth that you can start looking into is that, oh, before you can be successful, you have to work really, really hard. You have to work long hours. You have to be stressed out. Like literally, you have to, burn the midnight oil. Who told you that? That is a truth that was made up by someone because like there were some people that worked really really hard, burned the midnight oil. Doesn't mean you have to do the same. The reason why they actually worked really hard and burned the midnight oil might be because they were so passionate about their jobs, their roles, just like I am passionate about what I do, that I'm actually filming this evening because I'm just like I haven't got anything to do, and I'm just in the spirit of filming. And I just, I might as well just film a YouTube video, because I've been trying to actually film one all week, and I wasn't really in the spirit of doing it, and this is the right time. And I just say, you know what, I've got something to say, I'm gonna do it. Another person might sit and say, oh my god, this girl is working hard. Even during her holiday, she's filming a video. Sis, I'm not working hard at all. I'm just doing it because I'm passionate about it. If I get into a conversation with someone, if a client calls me like 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. and I'm not sleeping, I haven't got nothing to do the next day or something like that, I would engage with them, because I have the bunch of and the bouts. I have loads of energies to do it. I will engage in do it. It doesn't mean I'm working really hard. It just means that I'm so passionate about what I'm doing that I'm willing to like work on it, like do much, explore, have fun. No, it doesn't mean that. So you try to work really hard, especially when you're not aligned to that work. Like, you don't actually want to do the work, but because you're scared that you're going to lose your home, you're scared that you're not going to be able to pay for your bills, you're scared that, if you don't do it, you're not going to be successful, you're scared that your customers, your clients are going to go away, and then you end up working really hard and having this opposing energy to what you're doing. It is actually because you're having this opposing energy to what you're doing that you're not even successful at what you're doing. The way to go about it is by being aligned. That's why I say to people that it's not about working hard, it's about being aligned with your work and doing it that it serves the whole essence of who you truly are. So, says, look into your belief system. What belief system are you holding on to that is not serving you right? What do you believe? What do you think is truth? Whatever your truth are, you need to write it down. That okay, this is true. Now challenge yourself. Why is it true? Who told me it's true? Where did you hear it from? How is Just keep challenging yourself to get to the bottom of it. And by the time you get to the bottom of it and you've realized whether it's relatively true or factually true, you are actually in that process of changing your mind. So after you've gone through your beliefs system, the other way to change your mind is for you to start picturing what you really want to create. Have that image in your mind of what excites you, the life you want to create. Because right now, you know what you don't want. And a lot of people, they always know what they don't want. Oh, I don't want this. I don't want that. I don't want to have that. I don't want to have that. Yes, stop saying I don't want. I don't want. Start saying this is what I want. This is what I want. So right now, you already know what you don't want. What you need to do is now create what you really want. What do you want? Create that picture. This is a time that you have to allow yourself to dream. Go to cuckoo land. Like it exists. It actually exists in your mind. Go to cuckoo land. Dream that dream. Like everything is possible. Take out all the impossibilities, all the limitations. Just dream it. Remember, it's a dream. Fantasize about it, just the way you used to fantasize when you were younger. Once you've done that, now think about it. This life seems beautiful and awesome. Now, how do I create it? Now, you need to now start thinking of the idea of how to create it, because you're still fantasizing and thinking of how beautiful this life is. Your mind right now is at work trying to show you how to create it. And as your mind is at work trying to show you how to create it, step by step, you are actually creating that life that you truly want to live. And before you know it, you're going to start attracting ideas, information, people, opportunities, and you will start creating your life. But before you can get there, my queens, you need to be aware of yourself. Be aware of the clues that the universe, your inner being, is dropping and giving to you, so that you don't get to an emotional breakdown before you realize, before you realize this. The second thing you have to do is look into your belief system. What do you believe is true that is not serving you? What do you believe is relative truth or a factual truth? Look into your belief system. The third step is that you have to create, imagine, dream, fantasize about what you actually want. Quit thinking about what you don't have, what you don't want. Start thinking about what you want, because the minute you begin to think about what you want, you fill your mind with what you actually want. Your mind will start working and thinking about giving you what you want. But if you keep thinking about what you don't want, your mind will keep working on what you don't want and keep giving you what you don't want, because that's what you have in your mind. Your mind does not understand your language, even though we think the mind understands our language. But your mind doesn't really like look at what you are saying, that, oh, I don't want this. Your mind is thinking, is looking at your emotions and saying, and looking at your energies and that you're placing on things. So if you're placing so much energy and emphasis on what you don't want, your mind can see that your energy is drawn to what you don't want. So your mind gives you what you don't want because you're putting energy and emphasis into it. Rather than that, put that energy and emphasis into what you want. And because your energy and the emphasis you're putting into what you want, then your mind will give you what you really want. So, my queens, these are the step by step process that you can change your mind. And in the next video, I am going to give you the other steps that you can take to change your mind. So, if this video resonates with you, which I'm sure will resonate with another sister, please like and subscribe. And I cannot wait to see you in the next video. Bye bye.